Hi and welcome to my 5th video in my Amiga collection series. This video ended up being much longer than I expected. I work with my Amiga 1200 and at the very beginning I show you an Amiga 2000 that I was trying to get working with Amiga Explorer. I'm still working on the details of that. I explain it here. I'm breaking up this video into 3 parts because it ended up being much longer than I expected. Time just flew when I was recording this video. I hope you enjoy it and come back for the second and third pieces, which I will be posting over the next few days once I have time to edit them. Enjoy! This is still an Amiga 2000. I said I was going to talk about an Amiga 1200, and I'm going to today. It's going to be a brief talk. There's not much to do with this Amiga 1200. It does boot, at least the last time I used it. It's bare bones. The reason I'm showing you this is I'm going to be setting up my Amiga 1200 on this TV stand. Not too exciting. I actually thought I was going to make another Amiga 2000 video today. I dug out a no modem cable, 7-wire no modem cable, an old XP computer, and I downloaded the newest version of Explorer, or Amiga Explorer, and I thought that I would hook it up to this Amiga with the Windows laptop, which I had here until about 20 minutes ago. Realized I probably should have left it there, but it doesn't matter. And it turns out that XP hasn't been supported since Amiga Explorer 7, and I looked everywhere for it, and I can't find it. So since I purchased it, and Amiga Explorer is apparently always available to anyone who ever purchased it, I sent the clone to the people who make it and make Amiga Forever an email requesting an old version. See if they get back to me. That'd be cool if they did, because I have actually bought Amiga Forever about 4 or 5 times, something like that. Right, so what do we got? This is not a beer tonight. This is some wine. This is wine called Old Vine Zin, so it's a Zinfandel, and it's pretty good. This is my spill-proof glass, spill-proof in quotes, because I've spilled it out of here before. I'm also keeping some of the stuff here because, you know, the Amiga, all of them are very similar to one another. I'm going to use this with my 1200. That it only has a hard drive, no games installed. The floppy might work though. Let's see. Alright, moment of truth here. Even though I just turned it on and tested it by accident without recording. It was a moment of truth when I did that the first time because I wasn't sure if it would work. It had been a couple of years since I booted it, maybe a year at the most, since I haven't had this Amiga for too long. This is just a plain Jane Amiga 1000. And I'm happy to say that it works good. I just tested it. I didn't do anything else with it when I got it. It did work. I did try some discs games and they did work okay, but there's nothing on here. My friend was told to buy this Amiga by an Amiga user, and this is he was more familiar with Commodore 64s and PCs. He got this relatively new, and that's all that's on it. It's basically a couple things that he threw on here, but never use it too much. I would explore what's on here, but that would not be all too exciting. He's got, what, a 60 megabyte hard drive? Yeah, it looks like it, approximately. What is this, a game of some sort? Maybe it's actually, no, not a, don't know what that is. Maybe this is a game. Yeah, kinda. But, so the system works. Well, my computer's still on, and what I've decided to do is just try to load up some games. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what happened to me. My first Amiga was an Amiga 1200, and I wasn't aware that it was, when it was new, that hardly any games worked with it. I want to take a chance, and I'm going to load up this game. This was a game I loved on the Commodore 64. I liked Druid Part 1. This is an original. I bought this from Software Hut about 1998. They were a company in Texas, and they used to have old new stock, and I got this for about 12 bucks, brand new. And it didn't work on any of my Amigas, actually. In order to finally play it, I had to get a cracked copy. Yeah, and that was non-AGA Amigas too, didn't work. Alright, take a quick sip on my wine over here. Okay, I can't load it from here. Of course, I've got to boot it from the floppy disk. If I take a look, what is it going to show us? All files. Alright, so I'm going to reboot the computer, Control Amiga, and let's see what happens. If this is a NTSC version of the game, so I won't actually have to go into PAL mode, so that's handy. It's booting up, and I'm expecting it to crash, so that would be cool if it didn't. But it'll get to some point in it. and it only got that far. You can't see here. Oh, it's still loading. A lot of times what would happen on the Amiga 1200 is it would do a reboot and just completely crash. It'd be cool if there was some sound and stuff that we could at least see. I haven't really been able to explore my Amiga collection. I'm making these videos, but not doing too much with the Amiga. Yeah, eventually I'm hoping to see a picture. I was thinking even more so about trying to get a floppy disk replacement, but I'm not sure why I would do that, because apparently even the SD versions of them, they still load exactly as fast. Holy crap, it actually worked. Oh, well, I don't have the manual for this game anymore, how funny. So I have a legitimate copy, but I cannot play it. Now that is amusing. Yeah, I used to have the manual, but I don't have it anymore. In fact, I didn't get rid of it, but I believe when stuff got stolen, that it got taken away and stolen. Let's see, what does it say here? I'm going to zoom in on that. Nah, I wouldn't even bother. But basically, if you can see the screen, it says Copyright Firebird Gold Software 1988. Please take your manual and enter the first word on line 4 of page 5 of the introductory story from French, German, or English version. And I don't know what it is, so I'm going to say Druid, which is probably not right. And it just says vid. I don't know what that means. Oh, well, there's some crashing going on there. Code failed. Please reboot. Oh, how annoying. All right. So my floppy drive works in there. That's good. Here's a cracked version of the original version of the game, which I used to play all the time in about 86 or 87. Yeah, it was 86, I think. On my Commodore 64 here in America. Alright, so we're going to reboot the cracked version of Druid, the first one. This is kind of like a gauntlet game, but it's for one player. I used to play it on the Commodore 64 without manuals because I had a cracked version. And I just loved that game. I thought the graphics were amazing on that system. And they were. I didn't have too many good games. A lot of the games I had on that system were type-in games. And later on I got more games, but originally, no, not so much. I'm guessing this one's not going to work either. This is one of the reasons I like the Amiga 2000, and if I can get it to work with a floppy drive, I can use floppy games because it's just a 68,000 machine. I'm saying this, and so far the one game I tried did work, at least as so far as getting to the screen where I couldn't go further. Still booting. That could be the Amiga's at the... Oh, what is this? Oh, I guess this is... How interesting. So it's also asking, so this must have been the one I wanted. Just type anything and press return. This takes one hell of a long time to load this shit, but it gets there. Well, so this must have been the cracked version I was able to get to work on my Amiga 3000. It does say it's just called Druid, but that's really funny. This says a lot about why people used to crack games. So I guess there's... Alright, so that is a game loaded, finally. I've been playing my Amiga, I'm finally going to get to try a game. That looks pretty darn cool even today. And this is 2020. This is created, the art says was created by someone named Rogue. I'm purposely not focusing on the game because this isn't really about playing the games so much as it's about experiencing and using Amiga again. What the? Is that supposed to be a thing? I can't remember. I haven't played this in about 20-something years. But it seems to be workbench compliant. I'm saying all this, expecting this not to work. I like the warning that they give that it takes forever. This would be a good one to try out with WHD load on my Amiga 3000 or something like that. Oh, there it goes. There we go. So I've got zombies. In this game, you've got limited ammunition. It's weird that I've got my mouse pointer there, so it's not focusing on it. So it's probably broken in some way. I don't know if it's too loud, if you can hear me. I don't know. Welcome to Druid. I can't believe this is actually working. That's cool. I think maybe now that I remember right, what it would do on the original is it would work, and then it would start, the graphics would get a little more corrupted as you would play the game. This is a typical thing on the Amiga. So what's going on here is we have I have keys and things I can use. I'm not going to play this anymore. I just wanted to see if it would load, and heck, it did. I can't believe it. Well, and I got to play with my Sega Genesis controller. Alright, I died. Let's see what it shows here. That's pretty cool. It's actually sort of a takeoff of an early game, maybe the only game Commodore ever made on the Amiga. Alright, I'm not going to try to enter anything here. It's still writing to this, so I'm not going to shut it off. It says it's loading from disk. Do a soft reboot. Alright. That's one game. Here is another game I liked quite a bit. I hear people don't like this too much, but this is Zany Golf. This is an AGA fixed version. I made this floppy on December 7th, 1999, so good 21 years ago. So let's try this one. This is a pretty fun little game. I'm hoping that this gets my friend Quinn into the mood to try to get his Amiga 2000 working, because he was disappointed in that he couldn't get his system up and running. So it's booting from it. It's interesting to me when the games actually sort of look like they're loading the Amiga 3.0 operating system, but really normally this would have been like a 1.2 or 1.3 machine. I was flipping through some discs in my disc boxes a little bit ago, and I noticed I had that free disc that came from Electronic Arts called Kaleidoscope, and it only came with the earliest Amigas, and it only works with the Amiga OS 1.1 or 1.0, and after that I think it crashes, or only partially works. If you haven't had a chance, try to check it out. There's a video of it on YouTube that's pretty neat. Alright, so what have we got here? It seems to be working. I'll press 1 or 4 to play. If you haven't played this game, it's pretty fun. It's one of the only golf games. Man, I can't get over how good this Amiga looks. And this is just a regular machine. This would have worked on like Amiga 500 or even Amiga 1000. But when I say I like the picture, I'm sure there's a glare of me. You can probably see my face in it. But it just looks so clear on this Amiga monitor. So, alright, so this tells me what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to press the button over ball, pull back, and release. Well, that might have to be turned down a bit. Alright, so there's my windmill. My mouse is pretty messed up, but whatever. Oh, hold it over the ball. It's been a while. And that's kind of what I gotta do. So, yeah, I'm pretty terrible. If I actually manage to get it in, I'll stop this game. But I don't know if you can see, there's actually really faintly, there's a little, I lost. And there it goes at the wrong end, whatever. Alright, I'm going to pause this recording, I'm going to reboot and try another game and see what else I have in my disc boxes. Okay, I've rebooted and I've pulled out 3 discs. I pulled out that Kaleidoscope disc. This is what I was saying came out in 1985 for the Amiga, very early, NTSC only. I kind of feel bad about trying to boot it, but I'm going to try anyway. This is a copy of a game for the early Amigas. It only works with I think it only works with 1.1. It says here anything above 1.2 it won't work with, but there's probably an WHD load version of it. But it kind of has some issues. And this is the last version of Scotched Tanks that was made. It's one of my favorite games. And one of the games I actually sent off, whatever it was, $5-10 to actually register. This is a copy of my registered disc, but my registered disc is actually around here somewhere. So first thing I'm going to do is to show you, since one of the good things about using these older computers and with games that were usually shareware was, in this case, Scotched Tanks. I could load it from floppy and play it, but why bother? My buddy here did not make a games folder, so I'm going to have to make one. A new drawer, I'm going to call it Games. And there it is. And I'm going to drag over. I don't have directory Opus installed, so everything becomes a little more complicated this way, but whatever. Drag it in there. Can I not do that? Man, I thought I could. Man, it's been so long. Alright, that's going to drag the whole folder, and I can actually load the game that way and play it from the hard drive, which is great because this game is pretty slow. If you're familiar with artillery tool type games, then you'll know this game pretty quickly. On the Bally Aftercade, which is most of the games on my channel, if you're interested in an early artillery duel game, you can watch my review that I made with my friend Chris of the basic version of Artillery Duel, which came out in about '79, and the cartridge version, which came out shortly thereafter. Man, floppy disks are loud. I forgot how loud they can be. The Amigas always seemed like they had loud floppy disks. Alright, well now I don't ever have to play with this one again. If I had the degrader, I would actually install it on here too, but I don't. So let's play Scotched next. Did I double click it? I don't know. Yeah. Alright, this is a Dark Unicorn production. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare, but I'm making this mostly for my buddy Quinn, my friend Christopher, and another buddy Chris. Yeah, I got this probably in about '95 when it was relatively new. Right now there's some burning going on. This entire game was made in Amos, which I was pretty impressed by back in the day. I used to play this with a group of friends so much, and I mean we played the hell out of this game. There'd be 4 of us playing. So I'm going to play one round maybe, something like that, see how it goes. Make everybody smart. I can't believe I'm playing this. I haven't played this in quite a while. Alright, let's let's see, how do we do this again? In the Amiga, it was a beautiful machine in its day. Right, I'm going to give myself tons of money just so I can, starting money for them, tons of money, and I'm going to be, yep, who am I going to be? I'm going to be Adam. Alright, one thing I never liked about Amos is that it wasn't able to support real intuition stuff, but it was good enough. We're just going to play one round, and let's see what the info says. Oh, cool. Registered version. I wonder if it says my name on there. Original soundtrack? No. Sometimes you'd register a version and it would put your name in there. And here it says version 3 is in the works, which never came out, but he did make a version that was for the PC, which and I think he made one for Apple DOS. It'll cost $12. Pretty cool. That's cool. I don't know if I've pressed that in a long time. Let's see what it says. The Amiga is about to enter a new age. There is a new generation of pioneers, entrepreneurs, idealists, artists, coders, and others committed to the future of the Amiga. That is for sure. Dark Unicorn falls into this next generation. All of our members are unified under one name to symbolize our common goal. That goal is to bring you the best quality software at a fair price, supporting that software by listening to you, the user. The future of Commodore may be uncertain, that's for sure. But as long as the Amiga lives on, we will continue to support her and you. Shane Monroe, November 1994. Yeah, at that time my son was about 6 months old. This game, there's all the credits there, pretty neat. Yeah, I say that often. I remember when I wrote to Shane, I asked him if he knew about Artillery Duel, but he wasn't even aware of the original game. He was living in New York or something like that at the time. Right, let's stop looking at all this stuff and start a game. Right, here we go, the game. Starting it up. This game runs so much faster on the Amiga 1200. I had a friend that I gave an Amiga 600 2 years ago, and I've got to pick all my weapons. I'm just gonna, I don't know, just buy a lot of single shots and, I don't know. I guess I should actually look at stuff. I'm gonna say done. I'm not playing this to, oh, I left the computer players in there. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Terraforming. Usually I go in through and I change stuff, but I'm not going to do that today. We're playing, I think, 16 color mode. Alright, so I am the red ship. So what I can do is I can look around. I can put it on big shot. I can change my angle. And I'm going to just destroy this guy. Got to put my fire up to there and say fire. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do. They're going to fire at me, I'll give these guys a chance to do it. But this is on my hard drive now, so I can play it anytime I want, and I think I might. Alright, they get a shot too. Right, that's enough out of you guys. That's all you get. I'll let each of them go. The other thing about these games is you got to wait around for the other players, which isn't so bad when they're actual players, but it is kind of bad when they are not. Oh, this is the other computer player. Alright, I'm going to say quit. And let's get out of here. Am I sure? Yes. I this will quit back to the workbench. That would be pretty nice if it did. We'll quit back to here. So many options. Alright. Those are the options. Am I sure? Yes. Wow, we went back to the workbench. Cool. I click on the docs. Who does it bring up? SMR. Alright. That closes out this video. In the next section, I will be covering Electronic Arts Kaleidoscope disc, which came with the Amiga 1000, and also it'll be showing Polyscope, which is a video art program, and finally I end up with a short gameplay of Megaball, an Arkanoid clone that's public domain.